The Struggling Artist Record Club is a vinyl record subscription service where I hunt and curate the best punk and punk-adjacent music out there and mail their record to your door each and every month. Imagine finding your new favorite band from across the country without ever having to leave the house. It doesn't get much better than that. The excitement of discovering new music just got that much easier. As a member of the Struggling Artist Record Club, you are going to receive some of the best music you've ever heard from bands you may never even heard of. Whether you've been collecting records for years or just starting out, the Struggling Artist Record Club is designed specifically for you. And right now, all new members get a Struggling Artist Record Club exclusive along with the monthly selection. So head to StrugglingArtistRecordClub.com, pick a membership, and start building that collection today.
You're listening to the Struggling Artist Podcast.
People need to be entertained. They need the distraction.
With your host, Trev Allen.
I wish to God that somebody would do something to block out the voices in my head for 5 minutes.
Hello, everybody. Scott Pasch is back from DCPC Live to talk about his new podcast, Scene Support. I am an editor and producer of that podcast. So it made sense to have Scott on and promote it. What a wonderful human being. I always enjoy talking to Scott. He is just full of knowledge and positivity, and you'll hear it in the podcast. This is episode 386 of the Struggling Artist Podcast, struggling with the return of DCPC Live.
Here lies my self-esteem, standing in the crowd by my apathy. Never said I learned my lesson, no regrets, no confessions. Truth be told, I never was one to care. I couldn't tell you why everyone was there.
ADHD, and people always think it's because you can't pay attention. It's not. There's different kinds, right?
Yeah.
And I hyper fixate on shit. So taking what you just said, say it again, because I
Don't let the perfect be the enemy of the good.
yes, by taking that advice, I think would help me so much with my life. Like I used to have meltdowns over shit. Like it just
Yeah.
because I couldn't get it the way I needed it to get it, and every once in a while I still get them, but I'm medicated now too,
But I feel like that's the punk rock ethos, right? Like go back to early 80s hardcore. The recordings weren't perfect, but they were good.
Yeah.
The performance wasn't always perfect, but it was good. Like I would have never started this label if I had to be perfect when I did it. I would have never started my podcast if it had to be perfect the minute I rolled it out.
Yeah.
I'm okay with getting incrementally better and rolling out good and then getting better.
I think for creatives in general, that's good advice, because you know how many things I've never done because or waited way too long because
Yes.
I wanted it to be perfect. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like I used to write the perfect draft,
Yep.
so I never finished anything,
Yes.
Yeah.
You don't
that's
finish stuff.
really
You
good
don't turn
advice.
stuff in because you're so concerned about being perfect. It was like, nope, that's it. Time limit. It's done. It is
Yeah.
what it is.
Yeah.
It is what it
no.
is. And
Yeah.
I'm just going with it. I'm like, I'm not even going to worry about it because I've never done anything perfect a day in my life. So why strive for perfection?
Yes.
Or maybe you have. I'm not fucking perfect.
I'm not. No way, dude. Come on. No, who are you talking to? Dude, I sent you a text today that was like, oh man, my thing just said we were supposed to record. You know what that was? That was my reminder to work on your shit. Like I was like, God damn it. Like after I sent the text, I realized what I did, and I was like, God damn it. So yeah, I know it's
all good.
So, but seriously, tell Danger Dobbs I am sorry.
Yeah.
I
will let Joshua know that we will do the best to stop the
Yes.
compression, but it's not Trev's fault, Josh.
Yeah, I don't know how.
It's Spotify.
Spotify. That's why honestly, Scott, that's why I don't have Spotify anymore. Because
Yep.
there's plenty of other good person reasons not to use Spotify, but that's what everyone uses, and I don't blame anybody for that. I don't use it personally because I think it sounds like shit. Go listen to My War on there. It sounds like you're underwater.
No, and the thing is, like, Josh would tell me, like, if bands are going to upload their shit, don't click this, don't click that, don't click this. You know, turn this off on your Spotify player so it sounds better. So,
and
like,
he knows his shit, man.
He knows his shit, right?
I was editing that episode, you know what I mean? I was taking notes while I was editing, you know? So
and I get all that. And, like, you know, for the podcast, I just send it to Spotify as my, like, streaming. It also goes to Apple and Pocket Cast and all that stuff. Like, what's
Riverside just sends it there for you now.
Oh, does it? I mean, see, that's the thing I have to learn.
Yeah.
You know, it's sometimes hard to jump from one thing to the next. Like, okay, that's what I'm doing. And like, I use a ticketing thing called Ticket Leap for my tickets for my shows. And I'm sorry, Ticket Leap, but I'm going to try and find someone else. You fucked me over the other day. I didn't like it. So
yeah, that's never a good thing.
I had a show with Henry Clooney from Stiff Little Fingers and Frenchie and the Punk, local dude Bobby Edge, and
I love Bobby.
Fucking A. Oh my God. Oh my Academy Order from Nashville. Great, like goth punk band. And the show started at 6, so if you wanted to go buy a pre-sale ticket, instead of just telling you couldn't buy a pre-sale because now the pre-sale is over because it was cheaper for pre-sale, it said sold out. I was like, don't say sold out. I want people to come here and buy cash at the door. Saying sold out is fucking wrong. Like, I hated that. So I had to, like, you know, on my phone try and figure it out. So I'm fighting with them to figure out what kind of message shows up there at the start of the show. I don't want to say sold out because it's not sold out.
Right.
That's a whole different thing than pre-sale not available.
Do they give you a limit of tickets or?
No, it was a pre-sale, but like, even if I didn't make sure, like for the Kill Lincoln show, I had it listed as $25 for the pre-sale, and at the door there was no discount for like the pre-sale, which I normally do as an enticing thing. But at the start of the show, if I say the show starts at 8, I was like, okay, that's it, the sale's over. I was like, no, the show starts at 8. It doesn't mean the ticket sales stops. Why are the ticket sales stopping just because the show started? The show's got like 4 hours to go. Don't stop tickets can be sold all the way until the end.
Yeah, that's
all the way to the end. I don't care.
Yeah.
Buy a ticket anytime you want.
Yeah.
So yeah. And unfortunately, I've already got like a dozen shows already with them, and I'm like, whatever, I'll figure it out. Like, it's just on my list of to-dos.
Yeah, dude, you are the list of to-do. Let me tell you something. So, Scott, the last time you were on the podcast for like a one-on-one episode was a couple years ago now.
September 2023.
Wow, you remember that? You're fucking crazy. And like, I think that was that when we first met. Was that the first time?
That's the first time we met in person. We'd only talked over the Facebook and stuff like that.
Yeah. So like, a lot's happened with us.
Yes.
Just like, I feel like you're one of my good buddies now. You know, even though we still haven't had a chance to get a beer together yet, but like
soon.
Yes. Yeah. And like, I heard Jonathan Kent talk about it too. We need to do like a Sunday morning coffee.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Zoom meeting or something. But yeah. So he was sticking it to me in that episode, by the way. Because I hadn't had him on yet. I still haven't had him. I got to get a hold of him. I ran into him when I went to Bree's wedding. Yeah. Bree Myers' wedding. So I ran into him there and we talked and I was like, dude, I got to get you on. And then you know how it is when you get busy.
Dude, it's so hard to get everything together. I had that one period when I started the podcast and I had like 12 people all within like 1 month. And then all of a sudden it got down. Yeah. And then like a month ago, I was like, I'm literally like one person deep. And so I've like had like, oh shit, I got to get shut down. Like,
but that's okay because that helped you get into a groove, right?
Yes.
So I feel like that was a good thing. Good thing for you. And I feel like you have a nice groove now with
I feel like it, yeah. I've got a good understanding and it's generally been pretty consistent every other Wednesday. I've sometimes been late by a week because I do a lot of shit and sometimes I haven't had time to go through and edit do the final edits on my end because there's some things I'm going to catch that you won't. Because I know things that you don't know because it's my conversation.
Yeah. And not for nothing, like I don't read the transcripts. Like I look for certain ones and if I see them, I'll grab them. But like I am not an editor in that. Like I'm I write, right? I'm a storyteller.
Yep.
I need editors. you know, so that is not my, like, I would screw everything up. But you and I have really learned this Riverside thing pretty well over the last some odd months.
And you probably noticed that both my wife and my kid are using it now too.
I have seen that. Yeah.
My kid's using it for her college classes because she started college in August, and she has a class she has to like do a recording, and she doesn't want her teacher to know she's reading a script. And it's like, oh, I've got this great software with the teleprompter. You can use it. So like she's using it now for her law class. I'm like, it's fine.
Yeah, that's so cool, man. That's cool. I like it, man. I like it. And like, you know, I mean, we're gonna get into the label and everything too, but like, I just want to, you know, shine that spotlight on scene support, because like, you're killing it, dude. Like, and we've crossed streams or swords or whatever a few times now, and like, it's cool because I'm getting like with what I do and with what you do, they're different. So like, I'm getting different perspectives, and I like that a lot, man.
I appreciate that. That was, it was kind of my goal, because I was like, you know what? There's a lot of great people like you and Jonathan Kent, we already mentioned, like, that do great interviews of artists and sometimes of labels. But there wasn't a lot of people out there that I could figure out that were going, hey, let's talk to graphic artists. Let's talk to photographers. Let's talk to sound engineers. Let's talk to zine writers. And like, you know, just talk about everyone else that's supporting the scene that's not actually in a band. And the beauty of it is not only have I met a lot of great people and learned a lot of great shit, but like the people I'm meeting are helping me do my other jobs better. They're helping me. Like I am making great contacts that are helping me do the things I'm doing to support my label and support bands, just because I'm engaging with people and making friendships because they're authentic conversations. Like I don't have a script. I just set up and we just talk and we just get to know each other. And when it clicks, I'm like, dude, I just made a new friend. This is fucking great.
And I also like, you're really showcasing what's going on in the Hudson Valley. I had no idea about a lot of this stuff.
Hudson Valley is great.
I didn't, and also I didn't know that's where you were. For some reason, I thought you were more towards like, I don't know, like
Buffalo.
Not necessarily Buffalo, but like Troy and Albany.
Oh, to be fair, I'm getting my PhD at UAlbany, so I live an hour south of where I go.
That's why. Okay.
So
is that a far drive? No,
it's an hour, but I'm only there twice a week.
Yeah.
So like living in DC, it's an hour to go like 10 miles, so it's fine.
Right.
An hour is an hour.
I don't even want to talk to you about driving out here. Like, man. So I started that day job, as I told you, and like, I can get there just under an hour in the mornings. Getting home, I'll be lucky if it's an hour and 15. Like it's usually an hour and a half, 2 hours. Fridays, if I get out of there late on a, because I go in for 6, right? Yeah. So if I leave after 3 o'clock on a Friday because we were like busy, I am done. I
remember that. Nope. I have an hour straight shot, no traffic.
It's beautiful.
Places I can pull off to get coffee if I need to, drop a deuce, whatever needs to be done.
Yeah. That's important. The older
sometimes
we get.
It is.
I've learned that over the years. I had when I lived right outside of Pittsburgh and I was running down to West Virginia every night for work, I had my poop spots, you know, like you need them.
When I used to manage the Starbucks, you know, I had to get there, like we opened at 5:30 in the morning. So I'm getting up and I had to get up early enough that I could get to work and have a coffee and get the things moving and get my morning constitutional. Otherwise, I was like, oh crap, we just opened the doors. People are coming in and I can't.
Literally, crap.
Like I literally can't not. Like, I'm like, I'm sorry. I know I'm supposed to be making drinks right now, but I have to do this. It's embarrassing, but yeah.
So,
sorry.
Yeah. So no, it's great. It's great. Yeah. So I think a thing about podcasts, right? And this is when you first like came to me with your idea and you wanted to kind of scratch my brain about it. And like, I love it because like there's no one doing that, right?
Thank you.
Like, I have people who do different things, but like no one's doing what you're doing. You're focusing, you're honing in on this one particular like not style, but like part of the music industry that like you said, you say it every episode, it gets overlooked. It's
overlooked all the time. And you don't know what people are doing. It's like, do you know Unseemlier?
Oh, yeah. I've had Mike on
Yeah.
Oh, that record is so good too, by the way. Like,
And I knew the band, right? And the band reached out to me and we had talked. And in our conversations, you know, he noticed I was doing shows and I mentioned my podcast for whatever reason. He's like, oh, I've been doing booking for 20 years. I'm like, really? I should have you on the podcast. Like, it's unsung shit, right? You know him from the band he's in, but like the stuff they're doing, all that other extra work that he's been doing for 20 years. His band has not been around 20 years.
No.
But, you know that, but most people don't know Lower World Booking. So,
Right.
you know,
Right.
like that's the stuff like that I feel like gets missed out on.
Yeah. And I didn't know he was booking shows until I went to a show that he booked. And it was right around that time, actually. I think the next day I went into your thing and saw you had an episode with him, right? So
Yeah.
And he put this metal show together, and he's like, I really don't do metal, because I asked him about it, because I was like, that was one of the best metal shows I've ever been to. Like, it was insane. I hadn't had my ears I didn't have tinnitus for that long in a long time. Like, I was like souped. Like,
yeah, that's awesome.
I don't know why I'm souped about losing my hearing. But,
no, but sometimes that's what you need.
Yeah. So, but yeah, man, I like it. I like that you're doing this thing. And again, like, people may know some of these people from the music, and now they know they do these other things, like Bobby Edge, like what everything Bobby's doing. Like, he is amazing. And
that was crazy, right? Like, because I've known Bobby now for years, and I actually didn't know he was recording bands. I mean, I just had Hell Beach play a show for me, and I had no idea that Bobby had tracked any of Hell Beach's stuff.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
You know, we're so busy all the time. And when you talk in shows, you get to talk, but, you know, there's so many things moving. And I run shows so often that I'm always like, well, I can talk to you for 5 or 10 minutes, but I got to move on. I got to check this. I got to do that. I got to circulate and do the shit that I need to do. So you don't get a lot of time to sit down and really talk. And I'm like, oh, I didn't know you did all this, Bobby. This is amazing. I can't wait to see you grow this, because you have a great ear and you're great talent. And I'm like, you've done a lot of shit that I like, and I didn't know you were doing it. And I feel like that's a problem.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. And so I knew, had known that he was tracking some of Hell Beach, because I was on the Hell Beach Instagram. I'm like, oh, you guys are recording? He's like, yeah, and we're with Bobby Edge. And I was like, oh, that's a perfect person.
Yes.
For their style.
Yes.
Because they blend that surf rock in there, that Bobby.
And he gets it. He gets that so much.
Yeah. So yeah, man, it's been a lot of fun. It's been a lot of fun working with you on it. And
thank you. I appreciate that.
You know, and like, you've stuck to your guns this whole time, which, you know, I'm you know,
yep. I'm like, nope, I know you're in a band, but I don't want to hear about it.
Yeah. Like, not that I had any doubt, but like, you know, we get busy, and sometimes things got to go to the side, and like, you know, everything's been.
And sometimes things burn out, because this is actually my second foray into a podcast, right? Like, my first one I did by myself, like, or not with Steve from Wrath and the Wise Guys, and he was my producer, and then became my co-host, and it was all about stage banter. The problem with that, it was as a comedy show, and it was hard to come up with jokes that felt original every time I kept saying them.
There's a lot of pre-production and shit.
Yeah, and the gags began to feel stale to me. Even if the band thought they were funny, I was like, oh, I can't believe I'm doing the same like skit again. And it just got hard. And eventually we had one band that was just non-cooperative. I won't even mention who they are, but they were highly non-cooperative. I was like, that was a shit show. I had no fun. I'm done with this.
Why did they say yes to doing it if they were going to be like?
I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, maybe they were going to do it, and then they smoked too much and drank too much, and then they were just,
Yeah, that happens.
Yeah, they just were not. Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, so I guess we gotta like. So your tagline is you highlight the unsung heroes of the music industry.
Yes.
So, like you said, he's talking to people who do sound recordings, and from that to booking shows to zine writers all over the map, the map.
Anybody that's doing something. I've even talked to bartenders at the bar, at the venues.
That was a good episode.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was a tough one to edit, but it was a good episode.
Yeah, that was
That was early. That was kind of early days.
It was early on, and as Eva will tell you, people don't join bands so that they can learn how to work spreadsheets. And I didn't become a bartender so that I could learn how to, like, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I'll bitch sometime that, like, when I'm promoting shows, I'll send out a spreadsheet for bands that manage the back line. She's like, I'm sorry. Do you think that 26-year-old said, you know what I want to do? I want to play guitar and fill out a spreadsheet. Let go your audience, Scott. I'm like,
Yeah.
it's fine.
Yeah.
Not everyone knows how to use Google Docs, Scott. And I was like, really?
Yeah. Yeah. I felt like if I learned it, anybody could.
Yeah, I don't feel like, but like I said, right, I've worked in offices. I've been a teacher.
Yeah.
It all seems, my middle school kid does it. I assume any grown-ass person could do it, but I digress. I apologize.
No, man, I really feel like not only have you been not only are you highlighting what's going on in the Hudson Valley, which is amazing.
Yeah.
You are definitely part of their community now.
They welcomed me into their community.
That's good. That's good.
And I mean, this is no disrespect to my friends in Florida when I was down there, but I haven't felt this part of a community since I lived in the DC area. And probably even more so because I'm just older and more capable of organizing shit. Which I should be less capable because I'm like, not less capable organizing, but I should have less time. But somehow I'm making it all work.
Dude, I don't know. That's another thing. Like when we talk sometimes and you're like, oh, I didn't post this episode like I was supposed to because I just didn't have the time. And I'm like, you fucking go easy on yourself, man. You're entitled. You're entitled to miss a fucking week. And that's the thing. That's the beauty about like doing like, I think that's what I told you. Like when you do them spread out like that, like if you miss something, it's all right. When you're a weekly show and all of a sudden you don't have an episode, people are like, what the fuck? It's like, okay.
And I know some people at the end of their podcasts, like I listened to this X-Men podcast, like, we appear every week. I was like, oh, you made a promise at the end of your podcast. So now I expect it. I'd much rather we just end and we consistently started to show up every other Wednesday. Consistently-ish. I think I've only missed it twice out of like 19 episodes. Which
it's not bad.
And only by a week.
Yeah. What was oh, that's right. Yeah. Yep. I just finished editing 20 the other day. So that's why I was like, what do you mean 19? But yeah.
I think that's somebody I put out, right? I think today I think today was 19.
Today was 19, Bobby Edge, right? Yeah.
So
it's good, just, man. You're doing well. And like I've seen like your Riverside has gotten progressively better. And again, like what that goes back to what you said in the very beginning about like don't let the perfect be the enemy of the good. Yeah.
You learn as you go.
Doing good stuff regardless. It's going to get there. And that's with any podcast. Like when I go back to the shit we recorded in 2017 of this podcast, I'm like, like you can still find a few of those, but not much.
I mean, I'm getting my PhD. I can look back to papers I wrote in college that I thought were great now, and I would look at them as if they're trash. It's fine. Yeah. We grow and we change.
How's that going? How's the PhD going?
I finished all my coursework. I've completed my pilot study. I'm waiting for a review of my pilot study. I basically had students. I watched a teacher have students create graphic novels instead of writing an essay for the New York Regents exam for like a practice.
That's cool.
Use the same primary resources as they did for the essay. And what I noticed was that they had to use an increased amount of empathy and ethical representation, by which I mean writing genocide in an essay is easy. Illustrating it without sensationalizing trauma is harder.
Yes.
Naming an indigenous tribe is easy. Illustrating them without resorting to stereotypes is harder.
Mm-hmm.
And then when they wrote the essays, it's kind of like, here's 5 paragraphs, here's 5 primary sources, each paragraph's on one of the primary sources. But when they did the graphic novel, it all wove together as a narrative mixed with metaphor and symbolism and sarcasm. And it was just a whole different kit and caboodle. So, but I'm waiting for my faculty advisor to review it, and then I have to defend it, and then I have to work on my dissertation proposal, and I have 3 semesters left of my stipend and scholarship, and then I have to get a real job.
Jesus. Well, hopefully, maybe not. Maybe not. Before it blows up, we get those people in there, and this is
maybe I get some ad dollars on my podcast, start blowing up on the records.
That's it.
Maybe I'll make some money at shows.
Here's the thing. Like, everything like I know podcasting is a full-time gig. I know because I do it, and I do a bunch of other stuff too. But like you're doing way more, and I don't know how you keep up. How do you keep up with this? How do you and you have a family?
I got this list. I carry it in my back pocket every day, every morning. I wake up, I look at what I didn't cross off, rewrite it, add new stuff to it, and I just manage my time. And I really love what I'm doing for the most part, right? And be honest, it's 8:30 coming up here soon. Normally, if this would be the time I'm done, and I pull up my iPad and I read Marvel Unlimited, and I'm catching up on X-Men, and that's just it. I'm just done. I just check out. Doesn't matter what I didn't do.
Yeah.
I'm done. My day's over. It's finished.
Yeah, there's a lot of people who listen to Scene Support that probably don't know all the comic talk that you're like, Trev, cut this out.
No one needs to hear all of that.
Yeah,
it's not necessary. It's a lot of
I try to keep as much in as possible. So with me, with my show. So, yeah, that's awesome, dude. Like, I mean, again, my hat's off to you with everything that you're doing. It's crazy. At this
point, awesome. I have the label, the podcast. I manage a band called World Sucks, which means I manage them. I schedule their recordings, photographers.
I didn't even know you were managing them.
Yes, okay. And I manage their social media. I'm now the booking agent for RBNX. I'm booking a tour for Shark Noises. There's another band that I'm in discussions with for me to book their tour as well coming up. I just got paid by O Positive Festival to be the stage manager for 2 days at their event. I am booking monthly shows at Snapper McGee's in Kingston and just booking various other shows and not trying to do more, but I wound up doing like 5 shows this month, which is just stupid.
Dude.
5 shows I ran, 2 I had to work for as a stage manager, and I'm going to Fest for 4 days.
And are you being a vendor down at Fest?
No, I don't ever vend at Fest because
you're just going.
I would love to, right? But like getting down to Florida with records worth selling, like it would cost me what I'm going to do, put it in a suitcase and carry them down, ship them down. I can't drive down. I'd take an extra day off of flying down is already like it would take me a day and a half to drive down, then a day and a half to drive back. And then you only vend during the first 4 hours. Now, Adam from Say 10, he and Andy both tell me they do really, really well in those 4 hours. And that's great. But I don't have the time for that.
Yeah.
Fest is me hanging out. I did Camp Pennsylvania. I did Buffalo Ska Fest. I did RPM Fest this summer. That was enough.
Yeah. Where's RPM? Is that in Mass?
It's Western Mass. It's a metal fest. And I saw so many great bands.
Right? It's in Greenfield, Mass or something.
I don't know the exact town. I feel like I should know it because I was there for 3 days.
It's in the woods, right? It's kind of
it's like a campground thing. Very much like Camp Pennsylvania. A lot of people camp, but Aaron from the Snorts, him and I got a hotel room. He was there taking photography. He does put over photos. In April, when I did my rally in the Valley, he started getting back into photography, and he basically comes to 98% of my shows and photos all of them. That's awesome. And he's just a phenomenal photographer, phenomenal person. He's like the sort of person that builds community around him. He connects people. Love him to death.
That's so cool. You have to get me in touch with him. We'll have him on.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I need to have him on my own podcast.
Yeah. That's awesome, dude. And so you're doing 5 shows a month. You're putting out you're
It's not my intention.
Yeah. Right.
I was doing scattered shows. When we last talked, I had probably done 2 or 3 shows since I
were you in New York when we talked?
Yes, I moved January 1st, 2023. Okay, so by September I was here.
Yeah.
I think I'd done a show in August at maybe Polly's Hotel in Albany.
Well, you were in a band when
Leave It Behind. Yep. Yeah. And that broke up. I'm tentatively in 2 bands right now that are trying to figure out whether they exist. Practices are intermittent, which mostly my fault because I'm so busy.
Right.
Yeah.
But are drummers a hot commodity in the Hudson Valley like they are everywhere?
Hot commodity everywhere. Yeah. I am probably average drummer.
Yeah.
But I'm a really nice person and I don't do any like hard drugs. I don't do drugs at all, actually.
Yeah.
So it's like I show up on time. I pay my bills. I have a car. Like I'm not an asshole. I don't think
Mhm.
so. Like if I can play the songs you want me to play, I'm pretty desirable, I think.
Yes.
So,
That's good, man. That's good. I don't know if I asked you this last time, but
yeah.
like with everything that you do and like dealing with like managing bands and booking bands, so you have to deal with multiple people on that level. Like, is there a crossover between like Mr. P the teacher and Scott DCPC?
It's all the same thing, dude.
Yeah.
It's all the same. It's all about preparation. Like if I sent you my advance that I send bands, it's like a page and a half Google Doc. It spells out everything from like load in time, where to load in, a map of where to park, the hospitality you're to get, how many merch tables I'm bringing, the backline I have available, who's working sound, who's working door, how you're going to get paid out, what your guarantee is, what the percentage is based on. This is what I have to pay out for sound and door, et cetera, et cetera. Like everything spelled out in advance. And I send it on the group chat, then I send it on the Google Doc, and I share with everyone. Then you walk into my show and I hand you an envelope. The envelope has your set times. It reiterates it has your drink tickets, your food tickets. It has some stickers. Reiterates again how you're going to get paid. Explains that if you leave early, then you're going to have to wait till I Venmo you later because I can't give you any money till I've counted the door, even if it's like a guarantee, just because if I haven't had a chance to count it.
Right.
Yada, yada.
Yeah.
And like, I'm like very like explicit on everything. And I've been told that I run a highly organized show. My tagline is I put the punk in punctuality. There's one of the people that comes to my shows, they introduce themselves to me. I met them a couple times, but like I'm very blurry with like names. And they're like, at a show I did on Saturday, they're like, I just want you to know that, sometimes you're not here and people do shows here and you're very much missed. I was like, what do you mean? She's like, I'm a single mom with 2 kids. And it's really nice to know that when you say a show starts at 5, it actually starts at 5. And when it says it ends at 9, it ends at 9 because it allows me to like have a babysitter and do the things I need. Other people I show up here, they say the show starts at like 5. It doesn't start till like 7 o'clock. And it's really frustrating. And I just really appreciate what you do. And I'm like, thank you. Like,
That's awesome.
that means a lot to me.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I mean, on different levels, right? From a show, from someone who puts on shows to a parent, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get that. It's like Willie and Al, they do my door, and they volunteered to do it for free, but I pay them as much as I can. And I was like, and drive home the other day, Willie's like, I want to run my own venue. I was like, oh, dude, you want more responsibility? I'll give you more stuff to do. He's like, nope. To be honest, Scott, and the last year and a half I've been doing this with you, just being at your shows, seeing how you run things, listening to you, because I often give them rides in my van. He's like, hearing how you handle things, I am just absorbing you. And I'm like, I don't think I have that much to offer. He's like, don't sell yourself short.
Yeah.
I've been going to shows a long time. I'm like, and then that's all super nice. I'm like, but I'm just like running a classroom. Like I'm literally running a classroom. I'm running a shift at Starbucks. I'm like basically just managing the flow of people and managing personalities.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Sometimes I miss working at a venue and then I, remember how old I am.
Yeah.
And like, I'm like,
it's hard when it gets late and you want to go home.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's also like, I did this show where I had 6 bands, maybe even 7. It was ridiculously stupid. I didn't mean to have that many bands on a Sunday. I forget why it happened. I think a band was on tour. Oh, Rise Defy. So it's my buddy Dave Stone, and I did the record, and he was my roommate, and then Enoch from Scream was in the band, and Scream was playing. Enoch's like, dude, we need a show that day before Punk Out. And I was like, yeah, I'll fit you on. I already have the FUs and Mega Infinity and all these great ass bands, and I put them on there. But like, the show still ran on time. Like I have a timer clock and everything. And the singer from Dragons at Noon was like, hey, I need to talk to you about something. I was like, yeah, what you got? What you need? He's like, wow, you just said that so reassuringly as if you could solve my problem. I was like, I'm sure I can.
All
What is it?
problems are solved with Scott P. Like
Everything is solvable. Like it can't be that bad. Whatever it is, we're going to figure it out.
Yeah.
I've run into almost every issue at this point. Like, what do you got?
Right. And I don't think you really weren't going to book shows, right? Like you were just kind of.
It wasn't like, I mean, doing live albums on some level you do.
The live recordings, right? You were going to.
Yeah, I do the live recordings and I book those. And I was doing it intermittently. And it all started because like people were asking me for help. You know, some kind of nightmare reached out to me back before they broke up. It was like, Scott, we need a show. You know, when people reach out to me and I'm like, okay, I'll see what I can do. But like, once I got the monthly space, that's really when it took off. Because now I have like a residency.
Right.
And then it starts building this larger thing.
And where what town is that again?
It's in Kingston, New York. It's Snapper McGee's.
Yep.
And then like, you know, I made friends with Ben from Big D and the Kids Table, and I did his birthday show at the Unicorn Bar in Kingston. And then I made friends with their booking agent. So then I did Kill Lincoln. And then I've got a Bad Times record tour coming up in the summer. And then because of that, now I've got the booking from Mephistopheles reaching out to me and Dave House reaching out to me. And so I'm getting these bigger shows. And I was like, okay. And then like, you know, RB&X introduced me to Meg from Reason and Ruckus, and they have an all ages venue. And like, I love an all ages venue. So when a band's on tour, I'll book them down there because Meg is so nice and she hired my sound guy. So the sound's great. So it's like, it really depends on what's out there. Like my goal is literally my Snapper show.
That's the goal. Okay.
The goal is, so in November, I only have 3 shows booked.
Wow.
3 shows.
That's like, not bad.
No, it's my Snapper show.
Are you doing a night before Thanksgiving show though?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
I have my Sunday Snapper show, and then I had to book MDC because you can't say no to MDC.
Okay.
And then this band called the Basic Bitches reached out to me to play Unicorn Bar. And I haven't done a show in Unicorn Bar since April, so I needed to go back there again. I'm like, okay. Yeah. And that's where I want to stop. But if someone reaches out to me and needs a show and I can help them, I will. But I have to be available. Like it's got to be reasonable.
Are you recording all these shows or no?
No.
Okay, you're only recording the ones you're only recording the ones on your label that you have scheduled. I know you have a schedule for the ones you want to do on the label, and like
it all just depends. Like I don't record any of the Snapper shows because they're just what they are, and I don't need to add anything more to that stress. Mm-hmm. I'm recording this Friday coming up at Outsider Magazine Holly's show. She has Lake Lanier and Burning Hag. So their engineer, Greg from Kingston TV, is recording them for me very kindly. And I have, what else coming up? God's Favorite. It was recording at Reason and Ruckus coming up soon. They're a great hardcore band out of Westchester. Des from Poison Paradise is working sound that night. So he's done recordings for me in the past. So he's recording that. And then he's also recording a band called Jalen from Philly for me in January. And that's all I have scheduled on recording. It's probably enough because I have so much in the works it's sometimes hard to keep track of.
Yeah. And like you gotta, so I mean, and plus like with recording for albums, right? Like you need to have a release schedule too. And like, you can't put out too much at once. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I probably suck at that part.
Come on.
That's where the perfect is the enemy of the good comes in. It's like, I would say that don't let the perfect be the enemy of the adequate.
Yeah.
I mean, I've had, how many releases have I had this year alone?
I know you do a lot. You do a lot.
It's 2025. So I've had 15 releases.
Yeah.
And we're 10 months in. So that's like every 3. Yeah.
Let's run down the list for this year up until now.
Okay. Okay. So this year, 90-pound wuss, 12-inch American Jet Set, Too Immature, The Snort Split, Sick Move, Mark Allen Prince and Reddit Night Split, Shark Noises, Scum, Society Cutting Up Misogynists, The Louseketeers, Blind Adam and the Federal League, Celebration Summer Wolf Face Split, Camp Punksylvania Live Compilation, DCPC Live and Dead Volume 6 504 Plan, DCxPC Live and did Volume 7, Whiskey Bats, Locked in the Basement Volume 2, and then my first studio release, Two Man Advantage Goalie's Lament.
So, wait, the Locked in the Basement ones, those are compilations, right?
They are compilations.
Are they live songs?
Yes. So Jimmy, you have Jimmy on your podcast. I have Jimmy on my podcast. Jimmy. He plays in 3 bands. He has a basement where he records bands for free. He invites you over. You hang out, preferably if he records and mixes and masters for free and gives you the tapes for free. 1 band on each side, 15 minutes is all you get. And I went down there. I was actually, we'll leave it behind. Us and RB and X went down. We hung out. We chilled, had some coffee, had some beers, et cetera, fed his dog, and record, mix, and master for free. And he does a series of 10 tapes. So 20 bands. So the first series had 20 bands. So I took 20 songs, 1 from each band, and did Locked in the Basement Volume 1. And I did 1 song from each band on vinyl. Same thing with Volume 2. He's already doing Series 3, so I'll have Volume 3 coming out soon. So it's all live recordings in a basement, 1 take, no overdubs. It is exactly what it is. It's so DIY and so dope. And the fact that he does this, and he does it for free. He doesn't even charge the bands for the tapes, I don't think.
Yeah.
Like, he just does it because he wants to get back to the community. He's like, I can't book shows. We don't have shows in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. So this is what I can offer bands.
Yeah. Yeah. That's awesome.
It's fucking great.
Yeah. Who is this?
Jimmy. He's also in a band called Carousel. And hold on. He's in a new band called Wealth Gap that he's singing in. And then his other band is called World Breaker.
That's awesome. That is so cool to do stuff like that.
Yeah.
Man,
such a great guy. A great guy.
That sounds like that's so cool, man.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So like I've done some shows at my house now, right?
Yes.
And like I am not like you, where when I say, hey, doors are at this time, band start at this time, I'm like, when people are like, when do you want us to play? I'm like, yeah, whatever. Like, you know what I mean? They're like, how long do you want the sets to be? I'm like, you guys figure that out between yourselves. Like, you know what I'm saying? But this is my house, right? This is this is kind of like a hang, you know?
Yeah. Everyone's hanging out, partying. It's all good.
Yeah. The last one we had like 30 people. I think we had in March, we had one. I want to say there was like 35 people, and they were in my house. Like, I was like, this is fucking crazy. Like,
that's awesome.
I had some buddies that worked in radio come too, and like, you know, they had a blast. Like, they're like, this is awesome, you know. So it was cool. It was cool to have to do that, and I'm capable of doing like 1 or 2 a year. Neighbors upstairs are cool. I try to get them to come down. Like, they'll usually just open the window and listen. You know what I mean?
Sure.
But you know, we've had some cool acts come through, and like I was able to help some people that were on tour that needed a band, that needed a show, you know. So maybe the next step will be somewhere else. Maybe the next step will be at a venue.
Maybe when I contact you in March and say, hey, the TBA band is on tour, and I think you'll dig them.
Yeah.
You know, like, hey, Trev, help me with the show, buddy.
Yeah, maybe I can do that. I need to come up. Well, so I just got a new vehicle that I can definitely rely on for making like multiple trips up that way. So,
well, I need to get back into the Capital District area. I've left that behind accidentally. Like, that's actually where I started, oddly enough. It was harder to break into the Hudson Valley. It was easier to break into the Capital area.
Where is
Eldorado
that?
Bar, Troy, Albany.
Oh, that's Troy, Albany. Okay, I didn't know that's what it was called. Okay.
And I was doing shows at Eldorado and Troy, which I love them. Great owners, great people. I even recorded a couple albums there. Loved it. And I was doing this idea that I had. I called it the Hudson Valley Tri-Corner run. And I brought this band called Burning Hag. This was happening this weekend, actually, up from Philly. And I was like, oh, you'll play east of the Hudson on Friday, coming from Philly. It's like a 2.5 hour drive. And then you'll spend the night somewhere, and then you'll go up to Troy. It's only like an hour and 15 minutes the next day. And then you'll come down west of the Hudson and play Kingston on Sunday at my monthly place and go home. And I'm like, the scenes are so disparate. They're so different. that even though they're only an hour apart, people don't often cross the Hudson, and Capital's District doesn't often come down to Hudson Valley and vice versa. And as long as I booked you with totally different bands, all 3 shows, because the reality is they've only played the Hudson Valley once, so they're not the draw. As long as I book you with local draws, pardon me, this would be a great show. But then El Dorado had a kitchen fire in June. And they haven't reopened. I'm hoping they will. So I had to move their show to Poughkeepsie, which is still great. It's still, it doesn't fit my idea. But I haven't really tried to get back up there because I booked so far out that even in June, I was already booked out through October anyway. And I was like, winter's coming. I'm like, I'll just wait to see what happens. And come spring, like there's a venue called No Fun that I really love. They just book really far in advance. So I have to like really have something magical to make it work.
So Chris Chavez, one of the producers over here, and he lives in Buffalo, and he's got an awesome podcast, 716 The Sound. If you haven't heard it, check it out. He and I had this idea years ago, like when we first started working together, about having like, we got to figure out a middle, because he's in Buffalo, so like figure out like a middle spot where we could do shows like, down the line, like
yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Like a Friday, Saturday, Sunday run. Like if you did Buffalo to Albany to Massachusetts, that would work, because it's basically 5 hours from Buffalo, because my daughter goes to school in Buffalo. So which is great. I was up there for Buffalo Ska Fest Friday and Saturday, and I was trying to get my daughter housing, and the off-campus housing. The campus housing was full. There was off-campus housing. I went in on Saturday before the second Buffalo Ska Fest, got all the stuff, application, filled it out, but I was like, I guess I could drive home and then deal with it over the phone on Monday. And I was like, I'd rather go in their leasing office on Monday and just sit there and make it happen, because I don't have to work on Monday. And I called my wife and I was like, look, here's the deal. I think I should stay in Buffalo for one more day. I'll stay on Sunday. I'll go there, and I'm not saying this because like I'm just being honest. My friends in On the Cinder are playing with War on Women on Sunday. And I'd like to see them and hang out with them. Plus, that I can do this thing on Monday. She's like, yes, do that. And I was like, I love Buffalo. I think Buffalo is a phenomenal city. So yeah, like Buffalo, Albany, Western Mass, easily doable.
Yeah. I think so. I need to find
Rochester,
a venue.
Buffalo, Rochester, Troy, Albany, Western Mass.
I think that's what Chris was thinking, like a Rochester spot too. Like while whoever's up there, you know what I mean? And or work their way back this way. And I could probably get somebody down either Connecticut or Rhode Island for the last show if they were coming from up there. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. It's just hard because like venues change and move. Like the Bug Jar is what I'm using in Rochester, and that's great. And there was some venue that On the Cinder played all the time in Buffalo, and that shut down. So it's kind of like, venues come and go. It's one of the reasons I love Snapper McGee's. I mean, I wish it wasn't 21 and over, but I get that it is. But it's been around 30 years. It's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
It's not going anywhere. And as long as I follow their rules, by which I mean it's a bar that's open till 4. So my shows have to run on time, because come 11 o'clock on a Saturday, if I do a show there, that's when their real crowd comes in. And they don't want my show to get in the way of their real crowd. Same thing on a Sunday. By 10 o'clock at night, that's when the party people are showing up, and the kids are showing up to do whatever and play darts and dance and shake their booty.
That on a Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so that's why my shows have to run on time, because they don't want me interfering with their late night regulars. Like when I convinced them to do the show, I was like, look, from 4 o'clock to 9:30 on Sunday, you have dick. Like you have 15 people in here. If I can get 75 people in here, if only half of them drink, you're still doubling your drink sales.
Hell yeah.
Because I can't guarantee how many people are going to drink. We've had this debate back and forth. Like, some people drink water. I was like, I can't tell them what to drink.
Right. Well, I mean, just having the people there, it's going to bring more people out, right?
That's what I tell them.
Yeah.
So, but we're on good footing. We it takes time to like, people that are not part of the punk rock world, telling them how to do things, because they bought the bar from someone else who used to like do punk rock stuff. Like he had the record label that put out Jukebox Romantics, and the bar is filled with stickers and posters, but these two are not punk rock people. So like they don't understand the community or what it's about or why it matters. It's just more of a matter of like, is our bar making money? Which I get. It's their business. Totally respect it. But that's their concern.
Yeah.
Community is not their concern.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's gonna happen, right? It's not, and again, it's not a bad thing. It's just they're not punk rock people, like you said, So
Yeah,
they don't quite get it. So
yeah, it's all good.
Yeah, for sure, man. Fuck yeah. So what do you? Let's see. Let me take a look real quick here. What do you got coming up for shows? Let's say November. What's in November?
So November, I have a show at Snapper McGee's with hold on a second here. Let me think about this.
Mm-hmm.
It's 6 bands, which is unfortunate. I didn't mean to make it 6 bands, but it is what it is. It's got ska band opening and a ska band closing. So Los Huevos opening and Orama closing. Then it's got shortwave radio band from Albany. I don't know if you ever did the 518 podcast unsigned artists. So it's
I know that I've definitely heard that band before. Yeah.
Then
And I've heard that podcast before. Yeah. Unsigned. Yeah.
The Squanches from Pennsylvania, and then Guitar Me of One. Scott Helland.
That's a great name. Sorry.
It's surf music, but he's an old hardcore dude. He plays in Frenchie and the Punk. He was in Deep Woo with Jay Mascis and Lou Barlow back in the day. Like the dude's got like a punk rock pedigree, and it's going to be a great night. 6 bands, $5. And then I've got MDC, Soji, Urban Waste, and World Sucks at Reason and Ruckus in Poughkeepsie, which is just going to be killer.
Yeah.
Like I haven't seen MDC in 20 years. So I'm so stoked on that. And Soji and Urban Waste will be touring on their album that comes out in like 13 days.
That's awesome.
And then the last show I have is Tiger Piss, Basic Bitches, and GSX. So I knew Basic Bitches because I had booked them before. They're a queercore pop punk band from New York. And then Tiger Piss, they actually reformed for a show that I did in March. I hadn't been around for over a decade. Yeah. Their lead singer, I know her from Laura Hope and the Arctones, basically kind of rockabilly, psychobilly stuff. And then when I asked them to play a show, it's like, actually, we could reform Tiger Piss for it. And they had so much fun that they're actually now back together as a band because I booked them on a show in March.
That's awesome. Yeah.
And then GSX is one of those bands that's like, I didn't really know who they were, but Basic Bitches asked me to book them. And I like who they are musically. Mm-hmm. That being said, finding out that some of them have played with like B-52s and Raging Slab and Monster Magnet and Zal, I'm like, oh, that's pretty dope.
Yeah.
I did not know that when I booked you. That's not why I booked you, but it's pretty dope that you have this like deep pedigree of music that I was not aware of.
Now, how do people find, just from word of mouth, they find you for the shows, or are you promoting
I'm promoting.
You are? Oh, I know.
You hurt me so hard when you say things like that.
I'm sorry. I should know your email is DCPC bookings, right?
Oh my goodness, am I promoting? I am no fun. I walk around like Santa Claus with my keys jingling and my red bag and my staple gun.
Yeah. I know you do that. I was talking with Neck Scars and we talked about how you still do that. And that's awesome. Yeah.
I'm out in college. I got kicked off of Dutchess County Community College for passing out handbills, but I got 2 of the kids from that day to show up to the show I was doing. So it's fine.
Yeah. There you go.
So what do you mean by promoting then? I'm sorry, maybe I was misunderstood.
For booking bands. I'm sorry, booking bands for these for your one, but maybe 5 shows a month. Like, how are you? How are people getting it? Like, is it just word of mouth? Like, hey, go see this guy. Because I mean, one thing I don't really see how like. I mean, the Hudson Valley is a stop, right? Because you're going from. You're coming out of Pennsylvania, right, or you're coming from like New York City and Connecticut to Pennsylvania, but like it's. I feel like you got a lot going on right now,
and I actually am glad that most people don't know that it's worth coming to, because I get more emails and messages than I can handle. This goes to you, Aaron. I'm so glad you give my name out to everybody you meet, but I often cannot help them at the moment they offer me to. I have a massive spreadsheet. And for my Snapper show, I kind of have a vision in mind, and my shows generally have at least 2 bands that are like out of town that have to drive at least 2 hours away. And then I try and sandwich them between 2 to 3 locals. local band sandwich. So I usually start off going like, what out of town band do I really want to see? Then I get them to agree to do it, and then I build it around them.
Nice.
And those are booked out so far that people's like, oh, can we play your February Snapper show? I was like, oh, it's already booked. What do you mean it's already booked? I was like, well, I booked it in September. Like I booked 5 months out for those shows.
Yeah, it's good.
So those shows are booked. The other shows are all people reaching out to me and going, hey, we can need this. Or like bands that I've booked before. But like I've never repeated a band on a Sunday matinee at Snappers.
That's awesome.
Since January. It's
that's cool.
10 months of doing this and I have not repeated a band.
That's cool.
I won't repeat a band until December.
Nice.
So it's a full year.
Yeah.
And then I finally repeat one band.
That's enough time. That's enough time.
Yeah. But that's the thing is like I want it to be different every time. I don't want to have, and I say this with all love and respect to the local bands that I love, I don't want it to be the same 5 bands all the time.
Right.
I want people to come and like, oh, like I had a dude once I was like, I don't know any of the bands you're booking.
5 same bands. You know what I mean? Like they should want to get out more and play less at home. Like
get away. But like I had a dude at the bar. He was like, I was there hanging up flyers, and he was like, "Hey, you do the shows?" I'm like, "Yeah." I was like, "I got to tell you, I see your posters. I don't know any of the bands, but for $5, I come to your show, and I usually like 3 out of 5 of the bands, and for $5, it's worth it.
$5?
$5.
That's a deal.
And then it's a PBR and a shot of Jameson for $5.
Yeah, that's a deal too. Yeah.
Right? Like you for like $10. You can get a buzz and you can hear some great music.
Hell yeah.
And they even have soap in the bathrooms.
They even have soap in the bathrooms. That's a huge plus too.
It really is.
Is there a door on the stall? Like
there is a door on the stall. I would still rather use the ladies' room than the men's room if I could. But yes. Yeah. Now Snugs and New Paltz, there's just a prison toilet next to the trough with no seat on the prison toilet. It's like metal. No. I was like, you can't. If you need to drop one in Snugs, you got to go across the street to the gas station or walk up the street to Bacchus.
Go buy a pack of gum and.
Yeah, it's an unfortunate situation there. Like if I know I have a show there, I avoid Taco Bell for like 3 days prior.
That's amazing. That's
a crazy venue. It's one of those venues where you don't start the show until 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
Right, that's so late.
Those are fun though. There's a purpose for those too.
Oh, I'm aware, but I like it when the shows end at 9:30.
Oh, don't give me. Hey, I love matinees.
Yeah,
like, I am home. I'll go to the Midway and I'll go and hit up a matinee at the Midway, and I'm home by 8 o'clock, and I'm good. You know, and that's with my drive. You know what I'm saying? So it's always a plus.
Okay, so you mentioned the Midway, and I hesitate to even bring this up because I don't want to disparage a band, so I'm not going to name the band.
Okay.
But there's a band in Boston of young kids, and I know one of them really well and respect and love him immensely. And they chose to name their name of a band of a seminal hardcore power violence band from the 90s. And I said, you can't name yourself that because it's like, I know you don't know who they are.
Right.
But for someone like me, it'd be like naming your band Blink-182 to you. Like you just can't, you shouldn't do that. And he's like, I'll try and talk to my bandmates, but they aren't going to listen. I was like, okay. And I just struggle with, I'm like, if I put that flyer on a name down here in the Hudson Valley, a hardcore town, like they would all like, oh
yeah. Yeah.
It's like when my old band Call and Deb was on tour from Florida and we saw a flyer for Gloss, and my singer was like, oh my gosh, is that Gloss? Like the most important transcore band out there? And the person was like, oh no, that's my band. And they're like, oh, you don't know that there's already a band that is like seminal using that name. And so I'm like, yeah. So I don't know if I'm just being a dick. It just bothers me that you like, there's so many like so many names out there. Like, don't pick the name of a band that already existed that put out like.
What does that have to do with the Midway though?
Because they played there.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Sorry, that's. I
was like, I'm trying to connect the dots, Scott.
Yeah, because they're in Boston.
Yeah, okay, I got you. Yeah.
And like,
Yeah.
I even like the band. It just bothers me.
You gotta kind of, especially if someone says, "Hey," like, you know what I mean? Like, this is a
Like,
thing.
if I brought them to Hudson Valley, I'd pretend like not the band you think they are.
You'd have to put that in parentheses, right? Like,
Yeah.
not
That one.
not that one. Yeah. That's a thing. I think. I feel like that should be taken into account too. You know.
I feel like it, but like I get it. Even if he understood me, his bandmates don't know me from Dick, and they have no reason to respect some old curmudgeon-y 50-year-old asshole telling them,
Right,
"Hey, I know you're spelling the name slightly different, but not even close. It's still the band name." I was like,
Yeah, it happens. Yeah. So that's some good advice, though. You should put that out there. You know.
I tell people all the time, I don't understand why anyone ever names themselves a band that already exists. It pisses me off.
Yeah.
Unless it's like a totally different divergent like sound.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Well, I would suggest too, like I tell people with podcasts, like pick a shorter name.
Yeah.
My goddamn name is too long. And I have to buy URLs that are like abbreviated too, just in case. You know what I'm saying? Like I gotta buy
and you got Struggling Artist Podcast, Struggling Artist
Record Club.
Record Club.
Yeah. One day we'll have a struggling artist maybe label. I don't know. Maybe
you want to record a live album in your basement and co-release it with me.
Yeah, maybe. It would be my living room, but yeah, maybe.
Whichever.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter to me. Yeah, then I'll come to the show.
We could work on that too. That would be a lot of fun.
That would be fun. We could do that.
I want 2026 to be for like, and we're just spitballing here, but like I want it to be more collaborative stuff this year.
Oh yeah.
The
more I can collaborate with people, I generally like it. Like I'm working with Critical Mass Music to release a Dave Strong record.
Nice.
And
I love Dave Strong.
Dave Strong is great.
Beautiful human being. He's a beautiful human being. He's such a wonderful guy. Yeah. And
I love having another record label to work with and toss ideas to, because I learn stuff from other record labels.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. So. And that's what I do with like podcasts. Like I learned so much from people, and like just this whole thing that I like just putting on shows in my house, I've learned from people. Like how to want to do that, and like, you know.
What kind of PA you got?
Oh no, it's I've lucked out. And like Aria Rad from Coffin Salesman, I think I've used his PA every show.
Okay.
So maybe not one, maybe one. No, maybe that one too. I don't know. Yeah. I think when Tim Nave came through, the artist known as Tim, I think he might have had his own PA, and we used that one. He was the one, he needed a show, and I was like, I got you. Like, you can come stay at my house, you know? So, and then he played like at a brewery, like 30, 40 miles away. We raised a bunch of money for him too. Like, that was the coolest part with that. It was like, this dude was awesome. On tour, and we raised him, you know, a decent fucking night, you know?
That reminds me, like, I actually had applied for a grant to start a festival called Punks with Purpose in the town of Kingston.
Wow.
And $10,000 grant. And I made it through 2 rounds. And on the 3rd round, I think there were like 25 left, and I got cut.
Oh.
And well, it's okay. You learn, right? You swing big and you learn. And their big thing was that they said I didn't have enough connection with the nonprofit community. And I was like, you know what? That's not inaccurate.
Yeah.
I felt I could make a connection because I'm really just gregarious, but you know what? Fine, I'll prove you that I can make it. So starting in December, all my Snapper McGee shows are benefit shows. So like in December, it's for the Ulster Immigrant Defense Network.
Nice.
And then in January, it's for foster adoption services. And then in February, it's for heart support. They is mental health for metal fans.
That's awesome. Yeah.
So every show is going to be a benefit show going forward, because why not?
And you learn from that, right? Like you said, like you were like, you know what? Like you know, they weren't wrong, like you said, and you're like, I'm going to do that.
Okay, fine. You got it. You're right. Mm-hmm. I probably should have started small, because like there are 2 levels of grants, level 1 and level 2. And I applied for the bigger one. I could apply for the smaller one and just ask for like 7,000. And I probably would have made the cut. But I went for the bigger one. I was like, hey, let's just go for it.
What did you You did like a show with sponsors and stuff this year, right?
That was my rally in the valley, and I'm doing it again next year.
That's what it was. I want to go to this one this time.
You should come.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were my sponsor.
I was. That's why I was like, wait,
you didn't come.
I know. I had to work, I think, right?
Well,
but now I work Monday through Friday. And I
can't call it a festival because it's just one venue. And I have a problem calling things a festival when it's just a long show in a venue.
Okay. Well, it's a big show.
It was a big show, but it was 2 days.
Parking lot show?
It was Saturday and Sunday.
That's still
yeah, I know. But Rally the Valley still makes it big without I'm in the Hudson Valley. We're rallying together as a community. I am being a little bit narrow in that it's a celebration of DCPC as a label. So every band either had a release or had an upcoming release with DCPC coming out.
That's awesome.
And considering how many bands I've released, it's not like I don't have a pool to pull from. So I'm working on it next year. Right now, I've only got Urban Waste locked in as far as a guaranteed band. I have a lot of bands. I'm talking to Raging Nathans. They're checking their schedule. They wanted to do it last year, but their tour of Dead Kennedys didn't line up.
So awesome live.
Oh, they're so awesome live.
They blew me away at Pooza, to the point where I went up and I talked to them and I bought all the records right then and there. I'm like, I want everyone you have. And then he's like, I got one that I didn't put out here. I'm like, put that on there too.
There you go. See?
Yeah. So
and then I asked Middle Age Queers because they were on the same split with Raging Nathans, and Sean's like, we're kind of cutting back on big tours and doing weekenders instead until we go to festivals and stuff. I was like, I get it. I just had the same conversation with World Sucks. I'm like, instead of doing a 10-day tour every 3 times a year, it may make more sense to just do a concentrated, every other month, do a 3-day run. If you're covering the same number of days, but you're hitting Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That being said, sometimes Mondays have been the best shows I've had on a tour. It's so hard to know. So
right on.
But he's like, how much time you want to take off of work and, yada, yada.
I wish I could just take off every day.
Oh, you and me both, dude.
I'm ready to retire. I'm just ready.
I've told my kids that I would have retired by now if they weren't around.
Yeah.
And I say this with the love of my children. But that's why my oldest kid is she wants to be a dink. Double income, no kids.
Yeah.
She's like, nope. I've seen how expensive we are. I want nothing to do with us.
Yeah. Is that a real term?
Oh yeah, it's a real term.
Yeah.
Dink.
I like it.
Yeah.
Listen, man, I don't have any kids, and I'm still I tell myself every day, if I didn't have you, I'd be retired by now. So.
Well, it's like having kids. What is it? My kid came back from college over the weekend, and she was making songs about people, and I forget her whole song about me, but it was using adjectives, and the first word she used was frugal. I was like, yeah.
What happens when you're a dad?
So it happens I'm very I have 2 pairs of jeans. I took a picture of my new shoes and I sent it to them. They're like, Dad, those are the same shoes you already owned. I was like, yeah, they had the same shoes in stock, but cheaper. I bought 3 pairs of them. I have enough now for the next 10 years.
I don't have to buy shoes for the next decade. Look at all the money I just saved.
And they're like, Dad, that's insane. I was like, inflation will occur. And I bought shoes that work with my Achilles tendonitis. Yeah. I am good now. And by the time I can't wear them, I will be too old to care.
And then you could probably sell them for a bunch of money. The last pair, before you wear them, you could probably sell for a bunch of money because they'll be retros,
It drives them nuts that I just don't care.
I do the same thing, dude. I have, when I started the new job, I'm like, I got to buy new pants. I was rocking pants with holes in them and shit, underwear. I'm like, I should probably get some new underwear.
Yeah. When I started dating my wife, 2003, 2004, I had underwear from when I was in 8th grade still that still fit, and I still wore them. I had a Gotcha t-shirt that I was still wearing. Fucking Gotcha.
Yeah.
That'd be 1988.
I don't even know what that is, dude. I was
It was like early. It was before Billabong. Like it was like
okay, yeah. So I was like I was like Hobie Freak era. Remember them?
yes.
And what was the other one? The other big one? Oh, Hypercolor. I had the Hypercolor.
The ones where you slapped yourself, right? They're like, and then So Gotcha was right around that time. So
okay.
But like the fact that I still held on to it, she's like, stop.
Yeah.
I was like, what? She's like, well, this t-shirt. I was like, my dad got that for me in 7th grade in Ocean City.
Like, so I just bought it. Like I told you, I just bought a new vehicle, right?
Yeah.
And like the reason why I did it was because I had 2 cars, and my reliable car like died, and I was like, shit. So I didn't know what was wrong with it, and like the mechanic didn't get back to me. I'm like, I need something reliable. I'm starting a new job, so I went and I traded in my other car, my unreliable car.
Sure.
That had 265,000 miles on it.
Yes.
And they were like, we can give you like $500. I'm like, whatever, dude. I was like, and I bought it. It was a Nissan, and I bought another Nissan. I'm like, this Nissan here better last me just as long.
Exactly.
24,000 miles on it. Technically, I shouldn't need to fucking buy another car for the rest of my life. So, yeah.
Like I have a Kia Carnival that I bought right before I moved to from Florida. It's got 120,000 miles on it in 3 years. I'm driving the fuck out of this thing.
Yeah.
It's doing a little shuffle between 20 and 25 miles per hour. I'm sure it's just a stuck intake, maybe a loose spark plug. I'm going to take care of it. I was like, you need to get that car. I was like, no, I am sure for just a couple $100, I can get it fixed. It's not a real issue. It's not a transmission. As long as the transmission isn't dying.
Right.
Couple $100 to fix it, and this car will go another 120,000 miles.
Yeah.
I am going to drive this fucking car into the ground.
Well, Nissan had asked me before. This was like at 220,000.
Yeah.
They're like, "How did you do this?" I'm like, "I changed the oil."
Yeah,
You
regular maintenance.
Yeah. You shouldn't. They should last you that long. So
They should. I mean, I had an '84 Oldsmobile that had well over 200,000 miles on it, and it would have kept going, but I hit a deer.
oh yeah,
So
that's tough when you do that. Yeah.
So, but like, I just don't do new, and I get new T-shirts from the bands I put out their records. They take me T-shirts. I'm like, hey, that's fine. And it's
I've actually slowed my record purchasing, like my personal collection purchasing, down quite a bit. And then today I realized that there was a Diligent 4 pre-sale, and I was like, I need that. Like, I had to order that one.
That's where it gets tough, right? Like, I just paid the invoices for like 3 records today. Army Next, Negative Racks, and then Florida Underground Fest Volume 1 and 2.
Mm-hmm.
It was actually cheaper to do 2 separate records than to do a double LP. So I did 2 separate records. It's fine. But I would love to update my record player. My good record player broke in the move. And my buddy Aaron from the store put over photos, always like, oh, you should have this portable record player and bring it with you when you vend at shows versus just the headphones you have.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, but I don't have the money. He's like, what do you mean? I was like, my money is constantly going into records.
Right.
Like I have a separate bank account and a separate credit card for the label. So I don't have the money because the money is always going here.
It's going in and
I have a maximum like debt level I allow my credit card to get at because like that's then the monthly payment. And if I have to pay that monthly payment until I die, that's fine. Yeah. And that's my maximum amount that I will go. And I'm like, that's fine. It like allows me to do all this great shit.
Mm-hmm.
And but like, it doesn't allow me to like get fancy. And what's crazy is like I'm this small label and I get hit up all the time. Hey, can you sponsor this barbecue festival in Pennsylvania or this farm fest in New York or this? It's only $100. I'm like, yeah, I can squeeze it out, but like I'm not Epitaph.
Right.
And I'm happy to do it because I want to help other people.
Right. And that's why, and everything you do helps other people, Scott. So don't feel bad if you can't do everything, Well, I don't like everything you do helps somebody,
I just think some people think that I'm like bigger than I am.
Well,
because I put out a lot of records like, oh, you must have. I was like, oh no.
Yeah.
It's
not that. Yeah. I think people like that are involved in this shit would understand that better than, I remember when I thought all musicians were just rich.
Oh yeah. Right. Like the Mexicans are raking it in.
Yeah, yeah. So
I wish they were raking it in.
I wish
but I'm
they all
assuming they're
were.
not.
I wish
Yeah.
every single. That's why I do what I do. So someone else will listen to them.
Yeah. Because we're all struggling artists.
That's it.
Trying to make ends meet.
That's it.
I was
Wow.
talking to my daughter the other day.
Yeah.
About guaranteed universal income. I was like, it's actually a libertarian idea. And I'm not a big fan of libertarians. No offense if you're a libertarian, but like,
I don't even know what that is, dude. So
it basically just means government's out of everything.
Oh, yeah.
But the idea of the universal guaranteed income is so many people get government support, whether it's rent support, utility support, food support, et cetera, but it's the government kind of telling you where to spend the money and how to spend it. Whereas if we just gave you a check every month for, say, $1,500, whatever random amount of money it is, the government would actually save money because we could get rid of all the agencies that have to like make sure that you're deserving of the food support. Like, because if everybody gets it, like everybody at a certain income, below a certain income, just gets this minimum country income. It's this concept that's running out there, like, but it would allow you to go, okay, well, if I make $16,000 a year just by existing, not entirely livable, but it could be if I live with 5 people in a townhouse, and if I work a part-time job, and that could allow me to be an artist that I want to do, and I can do all the sculpting I want. Like, you can make the decision to focus on other stuff, and then you decide how your money's spent. It doesn't have to be spent on this. Like, maybe I don't want to spend it on rent. I want to spend it on buying sculpture stuff. And like, it's the idea that I don't know if I agree with it 100%, but like just the concept that we deserve to be able to focus on what we want to do and not have to just daily grind it every day.
Yeah. That'd be awesome. Like,
yeah,
I would, if I had, and that's how I feel, like, with everything I want to do, I'm like, man, if I just had the money, I would be able to do this for artists and this, you know what I mean? Because I want to be able to do that stuff for people, so. Yeah.
And that's the thing, like, and it builds everyone up around you. But imagine if everyone just had like this extra layer of support. It was just guaranteed. And then we saved the money by getting rid of the bureaucracy that costs so much money.
Yeah.
Mind you, once again, I haven't looked deeply into it. Right. So don't like send me hate mail saying I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, because I may not know what the fuck I'm talking about.
The email address is,
I read a couple articles on it and it sounds very fascinating to me. It's never been implemented anywhere that I'm aware of. So yada, yada. I am not a communist. I am not a whatever libertarian. I'm just a guy going, hey, wouldn't it be great if we could all work on art if we wanted to?
Oh, yeah. Well, this was awesome. I'm glad we had a chance to do this. This was well overdue. Maybe we should listen to Jonathan Kent and do a Sunday morning coffee over Zoom thing.
We should do a coffee over Zoom thing on a Sunday morning.
Cool. Now that I'm up in the mornings, Yeah. So, it's funny. I used to send you stuff when I was going to bed.
Oh, I know. I like, dude, what are you doing?
You were like getting up for the day. You know what I mean?
Because I get up at 5:30.
Yeah. I'm going to bed at 5:30.
So now you're killing me.
Now I'm up. So, but this is cool. So, all right. So how do people find you? How do they get in touch with you? If they want you to manage their band or.
I'm not managing any more bands. World Sucks had to practically like twist my arm and they're like, Scott, you've already booked 2 tours for us for free. Let us pay you to do it. I was like, okay. But now it has to be good. Right. Like when you do it as a favor for someone, it's not that it wasn't going to be good anyway, but now there's an extra.
Right. Now there's an expectation, right?
Yes, there's an expectation of delivery versus I'm going to do my best to help you. And if I can't, what are you going to say? The dude spent hours helping us for free and we're pissed at him, but it didn't work.
Yeah.
Now like, oh, now we're paying you. Now it's got to fucking deliver.
Yeah, sorry. So how do people find you on the interwebs? How do they find?
I mean, my website's probably the best.
Okay.
DCxPClive.com. And yes, I know I just pronounced the X. The X is technically silent. It's like a punctuation mark, but it's in the website. So that's where you go. And it has links to my podcast, my social media, the records. My brother Jason redesigned it so it no longer looks like shit. Because apparently it did. My 14-year-old trashed it about 6 months ago. She went and looked at it. She's like, Dad. She was comparing mine to Smart Punk. And she's like, look at Smart Punk, Dad. It has colors. It has textures. It has shapes. Like, your records aren't even squares. Why aren't your records squares? Aren't the jackets square? I was like, yeah, I couldn't figure out how to make them show up as squares. She's like, Dad. I was like, I didn't let the perfect be the enemy of the good.
Yeah. There you go.
I sold records for 4 years this way. She's like, well, maybe you would have sold more if you had a proper looking website. I'm
Damn.
Yeah, my family is like, it's like, you never showed interest. Like, I was only 9 then. Now I'm 14 and I'm telling you it's fucked up.
That's awesome. Oh man. That's great. That's good. They're going to keep you on your toes then, you know?
Yeah, it's kids.
Yeah, dude, your website looks great. I'm looking at it right now.
It looks much better now, right?
I mean, I liked it before. I'm a simple kind of guy, you know?
It was just me making it work before.
That's what I do with mine. It's just me making it work. So I get it. Like,
I didn't know the label was going to exist past the first year when I made the website.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And then I had to add a section on values because I had to deal with people being assholes. So once I had to deal with, I had to remove a band for their band members' social media discussing
I think I remember that.
Transphobic and homophobic stuff. Yeah, I made a whole like statement about it when it came out.
Yeah.
And you know, it sucks that you have to say something like that because like it's not politics. Politics is disagreeing on energy policy. It's disagreeing on, you know, the most efficient and effective way to work on housing people.
Mm-hmm.
This was, you're denying the identity and existence of people. Like James Baldwin say, once you've denied my humanity, then we no longer have a discussion here. This is not a political debate. And the young individual involved was like, my freedom of speech. I'm like, I'm a civics teacher. The government is what the First Amendment protects you from. The government cannot censor your speech. I am not the government. I am a man who is working hard to put on a stage and create a safe space for people. And if I think your presence is going to make people not feel safe to come to my show, then you are not welcome.
Yeah.
That is it.
Good.
So I had to put that up there. And I was like, how do you handle it? Like, you know, I don't want to just like react to just one.
Right.
Yeah. So the whole process, like now that I'm doing shows, there's this whole thing I have to deal with. And on one level, I feel like it's great because it's made like certain bands not request to play.
Mm-hmm.
But I do want people to come.
Right.
In the sense that like, I want people that maybe are hesitant.
Right. Yeah.
And then come and then see that I have queer core and trans core bands and then like see them and like learn and grow. Like, I don't want you not to come. So if we're not giving you a stage. But I want you to come and I want you to grow and learn because I want to meet you where you're at and help you be a better, more open-minded person to accepting other people around you. And I can't do that if I'm not letting you in to do that.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
So,
no,
sorry, I didn't mean to go on that tangent there. I apologize.
I'm glad you did. Your website looks great. I'm looking at it, by the way. It's like, I'm looking at everything now and it's just like the live show section's awesome. Like, all right, so people want to buy tickets, they go right to your website.
Yep. You buy tickets for the shows. It's just, you know, even the $5 shows, there's no discounted ticket. It's just $5, but buying in advance, you know, it's just helpful for me to know how many people are going to be there. And yeah.
Cool. Well, buddy, thank you for doing this. I'm super pumped. I'm able to be part of the DCPC family with
thank you.
Support
I actually think I need to add you to my backline since you're my executive producer.
Oh,
have you seen my section on go to the about section and scroll down.
About.
So you have a backline, and I should have thought of it.
Picture of you, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah, you do. This is awesome.
Yeah, you should be on my backline because you are my executive producer.
Okay, all right. I'll take that.
Yeah. Send me a bio and a pic, and we'll add you.
All right, I'll do that. Yeah. All right, I'll whip that up. That up. Sure. Cool. This is awesome. All right, yeah. So maybe in 2026 we'll have some kind of crossover thing going on.
Oh, we're gonna do some shit, dude.
Yeah,
do some shit. And I gotta have you on mine. I've never actually had a podcaster on my podcast yet.
Oh, I'll do it.
Oh, yeah? Well, no, that's not true. I had Jonathan Kent. God, I'm sorry, Jonathan. I did have Jonathan.
Yeah, but he does a lot more than that.
Yeah, he does a lot more than that.
I'm just a bum who's a podcaster. So, But yeah, cool, man. Well, I appreciate you. Thank you for doing this. And I think you're going to be back on not before too long. Not before, I don't know how to say that.
Sooner rather than later.
Sooner than later, you're going to be back on because the 2.5 years is too long. So
thanks you, my brother. I appreciate you, dude.
All right, man. All right. And that's the show. I want to thank Scott again for being today's guest on the Struggling Artist Podcast. In the show notes, you have links to DCPC Live. You will have links to scene support. Go check out what Scott's doing. He is doing a lot of amazing things for the music community in punk rock. Well, in the punk rock realm in particular. Seriously, I can't say enough good things about him. Thank you to Chris Chavez, Jeff Bousquet, and Aria Rad for being part of the Struggling Artist Podcast team. Find them on the Instagrams. You can find Chris at 716 The Sound, Jeff at JRB Image, and Aria at Coffin_Salesman. Thank you to Mark at State Line Records for sponsoring the podcast. Head to StatelineRecords.com. See what kind of records they have on the label still and pick them up while supplies last. Thank you to the band Loser Circle for letting us use their song The Great Illusion of Time off of their amazing album, Took Long Enough. You can always find a link to Loser Circle's Bandcamp to get that record through our website, thestrugglingartistpodcast.com. Everybody over at Patreon supporting us, thank you so much for your contributions. I hope you guys enjoy all the extra content we leave over there. And when you're a patron, you get attached to all of our projects that we do. We haven't done one in a while. I have some stuff that's ready to come out that I've been working on forever. So if you become a patron now, you'll still be part of that. So head over to patreon.com/podcast TSA. And sign up today. Ooh, that rhymed. Thank you to everybody who listens. You know who you are. Thank you. Seriously. Thank you to everybody who reaches out to us via text, email, or voicemail. If you want to leave a voicemail, shoot us a text. That number is 774-570-1552. We're coming up on the end of the year. It'd be cool to have some voicemails for the end of the year wrap up that we do in December. Again, that number is 774-570-1552. If you need to get a hold of me, or if you have someone that wants to get booked on the podcast, the best way is by email, Trev at thestrugglingartistpodcast.com. If you have news that you want reported on the Underground Noise, Aria at thestrugglingartistpodcast.com. Well, it's time to go. I know, I'm sad too. We're going to leave you with Loser Circle, The Great Illusion of Time off of their album Took Long Enough, the theme song to the podcast. Thank you everybody for listening. Until next week, take care of yourselves. We'll talk to you then.